And introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 70.6 kilograms and trains under Luke Pizzuti out of Lions Den Academy, boasting a professional record, 3 wins, 2 losses, fighting out of Sydney, Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the cage, Michael Stanoff. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 70.7 kilograms and trains under Steve Compton at a Team Compton Training Centre. His professional record stands at 3 wins, 1 loss, fighting out of Brisbane, Australia. Make some noise for the Street Buddha, Tom Marfan! And when our action begins, our referee in charge, Peter Hickmont.
Second assignment for Peter Hickmont here at Eternal 81. Michael Stanoff in the blue, Dom Marfan in the red. And if you're wondering where you've seen those strapped ankles before, look no further than his teammate who is in his corner, the big train, Todd Nolan. Hard and fast start for the Street Buddha.
Yeah, that 1 and 2 had some bad intentions on it from the Street Buddha. He takes a huge right hand. Michael Stanoff off to a huge start here against Dom Marfan.
That was a bomb, Matt Williams, and Marfan seems to have recovered, but momentum in favour of Michael Stanoff. My goodness.
Yeah, he's short and he's stocky at this lightweight division, and man, when he touches guys, he has serious power. And here he goes for one of his big signature high lift takedowns from the cage. Look for those from Stanoff as he looks to press Marfan up against the cage.
Well, his eyes seem relatively clear from where we're sitting. He almost walked straight into that right hand, man.
Yeah, he did. Look, he always surprises me, Dom Marfan, with his chin. Like, it's been tested many times in the cage, and he just seems to blink them off. He's got it all, this kid, Stanoff, trying to get some space where he can start to implement his game. Dom Marfan, a dangerous proposition if he gets anywhere near your back, working hard with the head position. The Street Buddha, probably the best fight name in Australian MMA by far.
No doubt.
But he's not the type to numb his day. He's more of a numb his, let's go outside fella. As he lands one a little bit low there on the calf of Michael Stanoff. Michael Stanoff, look, he's a cage lion here tonight. He, you know, such a highly touted prospect on a win streak. Suffers his first loss as a professional. That's a dangerous man to be locked in a cage with.
Absolutely. He was a great sport when he took that low blow, courtesy of the Street Buddha. Seems to be okay. No stress at all there. They touch him up, and here we go.
Yeah, hard left kick from Michael Stanoff. That one really found a home. And here's that. He just sticks to guys like glue, Dom Marfan. He's so good at dragging the fight down to the mat. Those guys at Compton, they've got an unusual style of cage wrestling. And look at that big left from the Street Buddha in the middle of the cage now. Michael Stanoff all with his arm trapped as well. Content for half guard for the minute. Dom Marfan might look to pass, and his leg in a little bit of danger, but the knee free. Dom Marfan, an experienced and really successful competitive grappler in sports jiu-jitsu. He manages to bring that to the cage and really mold it beautifully with his striking.
1 from 1 for takedowns. The Street Buddha maintaining positional control. Stanoff looked for that underhook, couldn't find it. And he finds himself underneath the top half guard of Marfan. Big elbow there, Matt. Oh.
Yeah, top half is such a dangerous position in MMA. It allows the top player to really find a home for the ground and pound. Dom Marfan, he's so good and vicious with the elbows from up top. He's the kind of Buddha that wears sunglasses inside, this guy. He is mean. Such a nice guy outside of it, but just turns into a different beast. Stanoff trying to do his best to edge his way back to the cage. I think Dom Marfan's become... He's aware of that now. Just turns the corner slightly. Looks to pass there for a second. 2 minutes left in this round, round number 1. And so far, it was Stanoff with the huge opening. A massive right hand that sent Don Marfan stumbling. Don Marfan's found his way into the fight and is in the driver's seat right now on top of Michael Stanoff and half guard. Vicious ground and pound from Don Marfan.
Got to be careful not to give his back here as Don Marfan has got one hook in, Matt.
Yeah, that was a beautiful little transition to the back. That's really slick grappling. And look at the way he's using that left leg to extend the leg of Stanoff. If a man needs his feet together if he's going to stand up against the cage. You can, if they're narrow, you can suck their hips out. If you can make them long by extending them in that fashion, it's really difficult for them to get up, especially with a big old lightweight like Don Marfan on top of you.
This is his bread and butter. He's just so good at controlling these guys on the ground. You saw it in his last outing against Jimmy O'Brien, got the submission in round 1. And again against Jordan Thomas prior to that. Can he make it 3 victories against Michael Stanoff here tonight? Remains to be seen.
Yeah, he's just trying to punch his way into a back take here, I think, Don Marfan. So Stanoff has a bit of a decision to make. Does he turn and expose his back to a dangerous guy like Don Marfan, or does he continue to eat those strikes? Don Marfan willing to ask the question. Now 20 seconds left. Vicious elbows from upstairs from Don Marfan, the street border.
Well, he needs answers, does Michael Stanoff. He can't sit there. He's given his back now. Can't give his neck. 10 seconds on the clock. He seems to be okay. And we will see a 3rd round. Holy just. Oh. And the Cobb, Brogan, Anderson stick around for that one. Round 2 of a possible 3 between Don Marfan and Michael Stanoff.
Yeah, oh, goes for that huge right hand, but street border expecting it. It's just all over him here. Like white on rice, straight on the back. Hooks in early in this round number 2. Stanoff in the last place he could possibly want to be, with one of the best submission artists in the Eternal roster on his back.
Well, this is where he finished the round. And he'd love nothing more than to pick up right where he left off. He does so, both hooks in.
Very good, very good.
And you think, Matt, he'd be using those strikes to set up a submission here.
Yeah, with, you know, one thing he didn't have at the end of round number 1 was time. And now he's got time. He's got as long as he needs, so he can really take his time to find a good, secure connection under the chin. Dives that one through, just making Stanoff work for it, making him defend. And watch as Don Marfan starts to edge away where he can create some space for his back to turn. Oh, Stanoff trying to make something here now, but Don Marfan sneaks out the back door and somehow ends up back on the back.
He's too slippery, the street Buddha here tonight. More of the same in round 2. Time to work, as you alluded to, Matt Williams.
Yeah, I think one of the skill sets that's often underrated in MMA grappling is the ability to transition your wrestling to your jiu-jitsu, and it's something that Don Marfan does so well. So many guys kind of segment their attacks. They strike, or they wrestle, or they do jiu-jitsu. His just blends into one big pretty picture, and right now that's led him to a position where he's sitting right in front of his coaches there. And look at that hook that he's using with his left leg to extend the leg of Stanoff. Stanoff tries to crawl away for a second. He's gone home between a rock and a hard place. Doesn't want to expose his neck by putting his hands on the mat, but needs to put his hands on the mat to free his legs. Don Marfan got a nice little Turk there for a little modified hook on the outside leg. Stanoff looking to create something, maybe attack a bit of a Kimura grip, but it's not going to work from that position, T.
Well, it's almost pick your poison for Stanoff, isn't it? When you have a guy like Dom on your back, riding you relentlessly, attacking the neck now, you've got to come up with answers as he asks these questions.
Well, squeezing now is Don Marfan. And watch the muscles of his back tense there. So patient, Don Marfan, and gets the finish here against Michael Stanoff.
Well, that's it. I didn't even see the tap, Matt Williams. The street Buddha.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge has called a stop to this fight at 2 minutes, 36 seconds of round number 2. Declaring your winner by submission due to a rear naked choke, Don